right, people, this is recording number 3. I'm having driver problems out of my mind right now. But you know what's also out of its mind? We have a new Raid Shadow Legends update that's coming around the corner, and people, you need to get dialed in. Just like my drivers crash, we need to crash into this content. Full speed and pure domination, people. You know what also is pretty dominating as well? Our giveaway. If you're a new player and you're watching right now, I got a job for you. Use the link right now down below. Scan that QR code of infinite knowledge, and you'll get for free to Gore right from the very get-go an amazing, epic champion. Do I gotta say anymore? No. What I can tell you now is I also learned that this character's not Yugo, it's Ugo. I much rather believe this is the Yugo just because it looks very close to the Yugo card. But anyways, you go use my link down below and you will get her for free at level 15, and then you're gonna get the Ferrari of epic champions for free, Deacon Armstrong, once you hit level 40. All right, people, with that beautiful package out of the way, here's what we gotta talk about today. We have a new game mode coming. We have 4 quadrillion new champions coming and a free mythical champion, if you guys are ready for the task at hand. So here's what we got. I want to first have a moment of clarity, a moment of silence, whatever you want to call it right now. I'm a little man. The king of triple gods get the moment gave him the 8th day of creation himself, was busy the past couple weeks. I didn't really take the full advantage of the artifact removal, the free artifact removal. Man, I wish I could have had more time. Feel like I could have made a much bigger push inside of faction wars, but woe is me. Woe is me. Hopefully, as we build up to this new faction wars, they'll give us more artifact removals because it feels good. I get why they do it. They don't want you just having one set and using it for like all the teams out there. That's why they have the cost, the trade-off associated with it. Because silver, it's a little painful when you have to burn it for no reason, especially hundreds of thousands just for doing a remod on a character. But I digress. I can't do this new content yet until I get Lydia Death Siren, who is banging. But you know what? At the end of this journey, the next journey will begin. And when I get to that journey, I'm looking forward to the free mythical that's associated. But I have some concerns, worries, but potential things that are on my mind when it comes to this faction wars. There's a video. We're not going to watch it right now. You guys may have seen it, but if not, I'll leave a link down below. You can go watch it. Primarily summarizes all this pretty well. Basically, there's a few key takeaways here. It's basically what you'd expect out of the normal faction wars, but it gives people with a much broader roster who've been playing for a long time a new set of challenges, right? People need new stuff to do, things that are fun, things that uses their tools to their fullest potential. More or less the same, but with a few caveats here. First and foremost, unlike the current faction wars, where you just got a 3-star, and by doing that, all you have to do is just to bring in 5 champions, no losses. Easy, simple, right? Well, it's gonna be that, but a little bit more. As we can see, if we go check out the video here, it gets there's a catch to it all. So if you want to get the 3rd star, now what you got to do, each faction is going to have its own unique conditions, challenge that needs to be met. And here's where my concern is. Hopefully it's not like bring a mythical, bring 5 legendaries, bring a stupid little effect that a faction doesn't really have. Or you might, like, what if you have to gear up a really stupid champ that wasn't really loved, but they're like the only one that had a certain buff, status effect, whatever the case might be. That's my concern, really. So we'll see. It's more of an immediate concern, but in the long run, once you get it locked in, you get all the good rewards. I don't know if people are going to care as much about it. If you can invest in a champion, even though they might not be as beautiful as your usual, and they can be used to just keep getting good rewards over time. And, you know, I think that's all people care about. And at the end of that journey,
clearing all stages
let's go check it out real quick.
Mode allows you to recruit Plarium Fireheart,
Plarium
a brand new mythical from the Sacred Order, as well as a bunch of other goodies.
Now, I don't know if it's me. I feel like the Sacred Order gets so much love in this game. I'm not complaining. It's one of my favorite factions. But it's like, man, I would have loved to see.
Dedicated champion.
Would have loved to see maybe like Ogren Tribe, Skinwalkers get a bit of love, right? Anyways, pretty cool. We're gonna check out her kit reveal here in a moment. Some other funny stuff that I noticed. Oh, actually, one other thing before we talk about the funny stuff. Basically, your mini boss that you come across the way, they're going to be a little bit different. They're going to have different challenges associated with them. See, there's several things. You got to get the 5 champions right. Okay. Got to do the unique challenge, whatever that might be. And then you have the right tools to take on these bosses. Treat them like, you know, any other dungeon boss you'd encounter in raid. So pretty cool stuff. So it's really going to have you need that wide roster to take on this content. Something I noticed, I don't know if you guys saw it too, right here, we see there's a 2x, 3x super raid. Let's go, baby. I don't know if this is just for this because, like, you know, technically, you know, one super raid leaves you 4 keys remaining. So maybe that's why there's gonna be a 3x. so that way you can take advantage of all the keys that you get, the all 12. So I hope this comes to other game modes. I would love to have a 3x for a lot of stuff. I wish I could just sim. I get why we have multi-battle. It ups the time you spend in game, and they like player retention. They like seeing you're spending a lot of time in games. I get why they're not bringing a sim. I would like to see it. But here, in terms of rewards, besides getting the mythical champion, a lot of glyphs that you're going to be getting here, artifact crafting materials, you know, the usual stuff that you would expect. But we're going to be getting 6-star glyphs, and they look pretty nice, right? Getting your characters as much power as possible. Also, you know, a bunch of shards, books, and whatnot. The mythical champions, obviously, to highlight. We get some mortal stones, all the usual stuff that you expect, and maybe a little bit more. And then new relics. I feel like a lot of the relics in this game are kind of bleh, you know, like, you increase your damage by 1%. It's like, wow, thank you. I think it's, I feel like more relics than not are not amazing. Is that what that makes sense? I feel like there's very little relics that seem absolutely mind-blowing amazing. So could just be because I'm not getting all the good legendary, the mythical stuff out there. And, you know, we'll have to see about all these relics that are coming around. But again, another incentive to work on this, because I'm sure some of these are going to be absolutely amazing bonkers. It's just like, you know, we have all these different artifact sets. Some are like, and then you have some amazing ones, right? Just like that, right? And that's basically a new stats effect coming around, for example, fatigue. So that basically summarizes all. We're going to get some more relic information down the road. I'm looking forward to it, but I got a bit of time before I can get there. I still got to knock this out. And I want to give a shout out to, there's a comment down below here somewhere. I hope that because they responded to this, we'll get this piece of advice. Make all the faction keeps open during the free gear removal for the month before the hard mode goes live. That would be nice. That would be nice. I would not say no to that. Oh, we got to get to the gear bill. Gary, pull it up, man. What are you doing, man? All right. So basically that summarizes everything we have here. What I want to get to now, we already talked about the Chicken Man touch-up as well as No Rock touch-up. Here's the kit for the Mythical. Let's check it out. Basically, basic ability to Burning Zeal in the base form. 25% chance of granting an extra turn. Place an extra hit the target is under debuffs. Okay, you know, we have to see how much damage there is here. Fateful Conflagration. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense. Each hit will ignore 50% of the target's defense instead of the target's under HP burn or freeze. This is going to be great with something like Lady Noelle potentially. Each hit also destroys the target's defense and resistance by 3% up to 30%. And then place an HP burn debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if the target is killed by this skill. All right, cool. Pyrus Maxima attacks enemies. This attack deals single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage. Will ignore shield, block damage, and unkillable. Instantly activates HP burn debuffs, and then place a block revive debuff on targets that are killed while under HP burn. That's nice. I feel like there's been an increase in a lot of block revive stuff. Wonder if maybe just Sun Wukong's so prevalent. Potentially revives are super powerful in this game. That could be it. And then you get the transformation per usual for Mythicals. And then we have the Elemental Mistress. This champion deals 25% more damage against enemies under an HP burn debuff or a freeze debuff. This champion deals 100% more damage against enemies under both HP burn and freeze debuff. It sounds like this she's gonna hit hard. It sounds like it, but we'll have to wait and see. And then ignore damage reduction granted by freeze debuffs. And then a gnarly or a 40% attack in Arena. Woo. Yeah, man, I kind of want my faction wars normal. Then I want to start working on this champion. And then once she does that transformation, then she goes into defense champion mode and goes into ice queen mode, I believe, in this one, right? Yeah, the glacial carve, 50% ally protection buff on a random ally except this one for 2 turns on the basic. And if the random ally if the randomly selected ally is already under ally protection buff, place on another champion. So again, on the basic, then you're going to heal this champion and any values any allies under ally protection buff, and then the value of this heal is proportional to this champion's defense. So a very different theme than the base form, which is way more attack based. This is way more defense based. Wow, Arnold, I know. High quality kit reveal analysis, right? It says defense itself, just in case you guys couldn't, figure it out, right? Frozen Tendrils, a block debuff buff and 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Place 100% ensnare debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Is that a new one? Is that a new debuff? This debuff cannot be resisted by enemies under an HP burn or a debuff, HP burn debuff or a freeze debuff. Whew. And then Ice Blade Tempest attacks enemies before attacking, places 1 intercept attack stack on all allies, and then places a freeze debuff on all enemies. Jeez, for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be resisted. My gosh, spamming freeze and HP burn everywhere. And then what else we got here? Metamorph, we have the transformation. We already know that. And yeah, let's see. This is the same thing here. Allies under freeze debuff receive 90% less damage. Nice. Okay, that could be helpful. If there are multiple champions, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. And then once per round, revives each ally, including this champ with 100% HP. Oh my gosh. Then you place a freeze debuff on the revived ally for 1 turn. And you know, as we see here, you're going to take 90% less damage anyway. So yeah, you get frozen, but you get the revive, and you don't take that much damage. So pretty nice stuff, right? Also have 1, 2, 3 legendaries as well. But I'm afraid my PC is going to crash again. I need to figure out these disgusting little bugs, driver problems, whatever it might be, before we crash again here. But they all look cool. We have a new Void, the Ame Spear of Nyrisa. I wish I trusted my PC not to crash. Man, I would go over all this here. Use all the Jade, a Spirit Legendary, some pretty cool stuff going on. Another attack champion, a lot of damage boosts, a lot of extra turns going on as well. These seem like kind of fun. And then Pravo the Slitherer. We have a Demon Spawn legendary as well. So my friends, if you're feeling good and RNGesus is on your side, these look like a lot of fun. But I want to try to get to that hard mode faction wars as fast as I can. So hopefully we get a lot of good, all the dungeons open, artifact removal. I am a big fan of this right here. So please, Plarium, please, I'm begging you, do this. And I will make the biggest push possible, even though I should have done it last time. But I will do it this time. Fool me once, I don't know how the rest goes. But you know, I do know how this one goes. Use the link down below. Scan the QR code if you're a new player. You'll get for a free Yugo at the very beginning. No, sorry, other way around. Tagore at the very beginning. It's late night recording, baby. Late night recording, baby. We're running on minimal brain cells, and I already don't have many to spare. Yugo's at level 15 once you get to that as a new player. And then the Ferrari of Epic Champions, Deacon Armstrong. If you want to go fast, this is the guy. This is basically the Sonic the Hedgehog of Raid Shadow Legends. Anyways, people, thank you so much for stopping by today. Stay frosty. Get it? Frosty because freeze on the new Mythical. Okay, I'll see myself out. But anyways, on your way out, make sure you leave that like. But let's see if we can hit 2 likes today. And as always, remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire.